Hey everybody, and welcome to I guess my last Montreal Canadiens player power ranking for the decade, and it's week number 9 for me. I started a little late in the season, so this is along the lines of the team power rankings. I do that with the Montreal Canadiens players, move them around each week depending on how they do in the games for the previous week. In this previous week of December 30th. 2019. We were in Winnipeg. I don't play for Montreal. Montreal was in Winnipeg. They won 6-2. They were in Tampa Bay where they had a 5-4 loss, and they were in Florida where they had a 6-5 loss. So two losses, but high scoring because they scored 15 goals in 3 games while giving up 11. So should have been good, but it ended up with two kind of disappointing losses. Okay, so we move the players up depending on how they performed each week and where they should go up or down. In the interest of time, it is New Year's Eve day. We'll go with the guys already on the board. I'll just let you know first. So Paul Byron is week to week, so he could be back at any point after the new year. Same thing with, and he's been out for a while. Same thing with Yoel Armia, who was hurt in the Winnipeg game. So he's week to week. He was no points in the game. He was even, and he had 2 shots. So I always put the injured guys down on the bottom because they're not playing. Now, number 22nd is Charlie Lindgren, the backup goalie, also has not been in any games. Number 21, Christian Folin, defenseman, has not been in any games for a while. Number 20, Mike Riley, no games for, I think it's been 4 or 5 games since he's played. And then over here in 19 and down 1 spot is Riley Barber, who also had 0 points in the 3 games. He was a -1 and no shots, and not horribly noticeable. Can't really comment. He just didn't do that much, honestly, for me watching the games. Okay, let's get off to some like actual serious stuff. So number 18. Number 18. Let me see if this works better for me. You can still see okay. Number 18 and up 2 spots. Oh boy, my writing's pretty bad there. Yeah, it's eligible. It's eligible. It's legible. So that's Victor Mete. Victor Mete had no points, a +1 and 2 shots. Played relatively well. Just nothing much offensively. This is a power rankings, so it's based more on offense than defense, I would think. Well, I should know because I'm the one who does it. Okay, next up, and down 2 spots. Down 2 spots, defenseman Cale Fleury. Fleury, who was obviously number 15 last week, had no points, +1 and 4 shots. Played well, good on the defensive side, pinched in well a few times and everything. And he had a +1, so he wasn't horrible defensively. That's for sure, especially in 3 games. Well, they lost 2 games. Okay, while I ramble away here, next up, number 16, another defenseman. Don't know if that's big enough. Brett Kulak. Kulak had 1 assist for 1 point. He was a -1 and he had 10 shots. Kulak seemed to, in the last couple of games, find a little bit of offense as far as getting in there, getting some good shots, carrying the puck a little bit better, getting it out of our zone a little better, too. So playing a little bit better. Brett Kulak, so he's up 3 spots. Up 3 spots. Next up, in number 15, up 1. Up 1. And guy that I've been saying, I don't know why they're playing him, but has some stats. 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points. -2 and 5 shots. And that's Jordan Wheel. Jordan Wheel, I guess, playing a little better or benefiting from Nick Suzuki's improved offensive play. Ever improving offensive play. Next up into number 14. Next up, staying in the same spot. Also not getting any points still. And that's Ryan Poehling. Ryan Poehling playing penalty kill. That's it. Penalty kill with Suzuki playing on in the last game. I don't know if anybody saw or noticed, but Poehling, Suzuki, and KK on the line for a few shifts. So that was cool to see those 3 guys. But Ryan Poehling playing well. Points will come. Points will come eventually. Don't worry. And guys around him moved that he didn't do much offensively, so I didn't move him. So Ryan Poehling staying in the same spot. Next up at number 13, also in the same spot. That's an N. Got to spell it right. Nate Thompson. No points for Nate Thompson. -1 in 5 shots. Steady as always, Nate. Gets the odd goal here and there, the odd assist, but you're not expecting a lot of offense from Thompson. So he doesn't change, and he's in spot 13, and I need to change my board. So just hang on a sec. Okay, into number 12. Into number 12. Boy, don't sing, Rick. Okay, staying in the same spot as last week, number 12, is Nick Cousins. Now, let's see. The reason for it is no points. He was -2 in 5 shots. Cousins I noticed, he's up and down as far as his offensive production, and I guess this was a down week because he did not produce any. Still like the guy's game. He's solid on the defensive side mostly. Mostly he's solid. Mostly solid. So he didn't change spots. Next up, and a huge leap up because he was injured last week. So getting his first games back and making a huge leap up into number 11 by 13 spots if you want to go the fact that he was in 24th because of the injury, is Jesperi Kotkaniemi. KK. KK played 2 games, had 2 goals for 2 points, a -1 and 5 shots, and just in general, KK looked game ready, playing the way he was when he got injured, which means looking more like a veteran, looking not like a kind of maybe a scared young guy playing out there, unsure of himself. Just looking more like a veteran is the only way I can really describe it. I like the look. He seems less trepidatious. I don't know what it is, just looking better, like a veteran. So KK moving up to number 11. Down 6 spots into number 10. That's down 6 spots, and I believe that's the biggest down. Down 6 is our goalie, Carey Price. Believe me, I don't like to do this, but I have to send him down. He was 1-2-0. He had a 4.33 goals against and a .862 save percentage. And sorry, it's just not good enough. Even though not all those goals were his fault. I'm not blaming everything on Carey Price, but Carey Price needs to be better. So Carey Price down to number 10 from number 4. In 9th spot and moving up 2, that is Artturi Lehkonen. Hang on, let me get that long name. A lot of long names. Okay, so up 2. He had a goal, 1 assist, 2 points, -2, 7 shots. Playing well with Domi and Suzuki. There's some chemistry on that line. Lehkonen always playing steady, even though he looks like, wow, he keeps missing, he doesn't pull the trigger, but he still plays his steady game. Always getting chances, always making good defensive plays, just a good hockey player. Moving up 1 spot into number 8, another defenseman. That's Ben Chiarot. Chiarot had 1 goal for 1 point, -3 and 10 shots. Playing big minutes with Weber, solidifying that top pairing. Just his offensive production wasn't there this last 3 games, but he didn't play badly. Just not the offense, and I did move him up, didn't I? He went up 1 because his defensive play was there, and the way other people moved around him. Next up, another defenseman, up 3 spots. Up 3 spots into number 7, and that's Jeff Petrie. Petrie had a good week. 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. He was a +1 with 11 shots. Petrie had been kind of, I don't know if it's, I mean, he's having trouble finding, they're having trouble finding a partner for him. Hopefully, it was supposed to be Kulak. Kulak in the last 2 games was playing a lot better, and I imagine that's part of the reason for Petrie having a better showing on the offensive production side. But Petrie, obviously one of our top now 3 because Chiarot's now it's 1, 2, 3 with Weber, Chiarot, Petrie. Having a good week and moving up 3 spots. Next up, in number 6 and down 3 spots is our captain, Shea Weber. But don't be alarmed. He's not down 3 spots because he had played horribly. He did not play horribly. He could have played better, yes. But this is mostly on offensive production. He was 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, -3, and 10 shots. So Weber, but it's also because guys behind him moved up, and sometimes you got to move down. So that's why. Next up, and up 2 spots into number 5, and that is rookie. Yeah, maybe spell his name right. Your favorite player right now, you should spell his name right. Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki had 6 assists for 6 points in the 3 games. He was even. He had 4 shots on goal. He moved up into the second line right wing to take over for Armia for the injury. He has looked even better since the move up than he did on the third line center. He's putting up numbers. He has something like, I think, 7 or 8 points in his last 5 games. He's just starting to really emerge. Nick Suzuki moves up 2 based on his great week. Number 4, and he down 3 spots. Not down because he had a horrible week or anything, but because the other guys had to be moved up ahead of him, from my opinion. And that's Phil Deneau, who was at number 1 last week. Phil Deneau, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points, +2, and I think that's 11 shots. Excuse me. Phil Deneau had a good week, no doubt. But the other guys had, I think, better offensive weeks, and I just needed to move them up ahead of him. But I love Phil Deneau winning faceoffs, doing everything he does. He's just fantastic. I hope he's in that final 3 for the Selke Trophy. And now the top 3. In number 3, the heart and soul of this team, Brendan Gallagher. He's down 1, but again, only down because the other 2 guys had really good offensive weeks. So Brendan Gallagher, 4 assists for 4 points. And boy, he just missed on how many other shots for goals. +1, 16 shots to lead the team, as always, every week. Gallagher leads the team. Never give up kind of guy. Yeah, I love him. And he had to be moved down 1 spot. But that's because in number 2 is Thomas Tatar. Tatar had 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points, +1, and 12 shots. Had a good offensive week, good solid week for Tatar. No choice but to move him up ahead of Galley, and deservedly so with those kind of numbers. And we all love the tuna. We all love the tuna. Not tonight, Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. You got to be older. You got to be older to know that reference. Sorry, Charlie. Let me know in the comments anybody who knows that reference if you're still watching. Okay, number 1. The name you haven't seen yet, and that's Max. Max Domi, up 5 spots. By the way, Tatar was up 6 spots. Up 5 spots for Max Domi. 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. He was even, and he had 13 shots. I move him ahead of Tatar, mostly because Domi was really dominant when he was on. Like, when he could break down from one end to the other, skating through, the speed, the great passes. I just really thought he was ahead of Tatar this week. So Max Domi, there you go. There's the list. If you let me know if you agree with it, or if you think anybody else should be somewhere else, let me know in the comment section down below. I read all my comments. And also, if you like the video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the notifications bell down below while you're on the way, give it a thumbs up, and that'll give you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge from Talking Habs. Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for watching my videos all year. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you'll be there next year too, and I'll deliver some even better videos. And on to the next. Next up, 2 top 10 videos hopefully be out before the hockey game starts. If you're still watching, don't forget I'll be on. Might be on at 6:30. I'm going to post something now, and I got to decide now. And see you there. And I'm running out of what to say. But thanks, everybody. Go Habs, go! And see you next week for the next player rankings. Bye, y'all.